Hello and welcome. Is I Velfe. We'll start here shortly. Hello, 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 hello. Ah, it has been. All right, we are live. Go catch the stream. Any of the things linked in my channels, links, or whatever you're watching me from. So, all right, I'm just. Okay, this should be good. Yeah. That. We are picking back up on Final Fantasy 15. I was about to say Final Fantasy 15, but Final Fantasy 16. Ah, I would have streamed it more often, but I was streaming other games, and then stuff came. I didn't stream for a few days. Busy and stuff, life. Um, don't know what I'm about. You can always catch my streams saved on my recorded playlist. You pretty much should know where it is. Other platforms don't save the recording. Also, we are streaming OBS. Instead of using their streaming tools, which makes things a lot easier. But we actually have to meet the requirements to extend it. So yeah, there's always something.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. I have quite the find for you today. What subject shall we consider today? Did you learn everything you needed?
And we gotta go back here and kind of get update on the state of the realm.
Favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you. One must understand one's place in the world. Here's the latest information I have. Of course. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
All right, time for us to start moving.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befalls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right,
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could... On the Empire? What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How do you like that? You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Well, what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know,
How'd you get it?
but we need to find out.
Some of these people are kind of like scummish.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here. What do you think is waking you? The mother crystals collapsing.
Idea. You're going to like it.
There we go.
blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a shield to protect. Tell me what I want, and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Jesus, man.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. should go.
Yes.
Jesus, dude.
Leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road. You didn't hear nothing.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home. The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
Oh, get enough for everything!
Hang the chinless bastards.
Those crystals belong to us all!
They did I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Wow.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
Isn't that guy at the beginning of the game who got hurt?
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shield have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's... Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I suppose we owe you our thanks.
At least you're not
You
dead.
spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage. Will that be all? Of course, my lord. Will that be all? Of course, my lord. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is...
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
Sir Wade, the bearers from Aldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Well, requesting.
We'll keep them from the bridge.
The blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Come on.
Come along now.
The bastard, the lucky item.
There they are. On your command, my lord. What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Zestiria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear. Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't. Get him!
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battle to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Jesus. not good at lying.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
And how may I assist you today? Here's the latest information I have. Of course. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Typical noble.
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's Breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran.
The leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Oh, man. Right, we're creating a save here. Stopping. Ah. So we are going to go ahead and stop there for the day. If you haven't, make sure to, like, comment, and follow. And all the links are in all the panels. There's a link tree and all that. This, that. So, now we're going to be ending the stream for TikTok first, but don't go too far. All right. So we had it in the stream for TikTok because TikTok has a thing, about their competitors. And, you can't mention certain platforms because that's their competitor and stuff. So it's kind of like being on a restricted thing. So we ended the stream for TikTok there. And yeah, it's kind of dumb. TikTok has way too many dumb restrictions. So yeah, it's just really dumb. But don't go too far. We ended the stream for TikTok. We're done with TikTok streaming. But we still have a few more things we're gonna do here for the rest of the other platforms like Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, X, and streaming. Just we can't say the goddamn names because of that. Because now you can get a ban on TikTok for just mentioning Twitch, Kick, PayPal, Cash App, and all that type of dumb crap, which is really stupid. I to be honest, social platform like TikTok is kind of dumb, but it can help you grow if done right, but it's not guaranteed. So, um, every platform is a hit and miss. So, bear with me. Bear with me. Update the categories. Couldn't do it. Forgot to update the category. So 15 wasn't on Twitch when I was streaming it, but we're updating it. Go ahead and minus it. We'll be right back, so don't go too far. All right. The okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move myself over. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. There we go. You can see my screen. Which dashboard thing here open. There's the reason why. There we go. That way, when I'm doing it, I have this, and I know if the camera's zooming in or not. Because sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. So, all right. Yeah, you probably can see I have this. You know, I deal with so much different That could be better. Okay, so we have a few things. I did mention I was going to do during. So, we'll start with this. We got some stuff from. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set these up, and then we'll get to the main thing. It'll be just four things pretty much. So, and then these will go in the shelf. These are just acrylics. They're not that much. I can tell you how much they cost. You would have to go on Miami for exact pricing. I like the acrylics where they put that thing double coating both sides so that way this would never ever get scratched. You can tell it can get scratched. If you scratch the back, it'll ruin the front image. I kind of wish those acrylics were on both sides so that way the image is safeguarded. Or why they don't do that. At least future proof the acrylic to last longer. But then again, your other choice um, you know, is just leave it in the package and never take it out. So, bonding chain. I can't tell you in the story of Goddess of Victory Nikkei if she came before or after, but I would believe this is like her bonding chain is probably the one in the future. But then again, it doesn't feel like it is in the future. It might have been her at her beginning before she lost and end up as the normal three-star Maharu that we know. Then it could be the other way. So who understands the Goddess of Victory Nikkei's storyline really well, Maharu, and then Maharu Bonding Chain, please feel free to inform me if you know the story well. Oh, of course, I could just, but I don't think most of the people in the community give a straight up answer. Plus, you got to be careful because sometimes you get more like people don't tell you the exact thing; they just tell you what they think. I'd rather get actual facts when so on. So, and I kind of like this because it makes me just leave it in. Okay. But then it takes too much space. Maybe it was like it maybe in the far the shelf or something on a riser or something. Work. Uh, that on her body chain with her fancy cool looking outfit. called the Pain Eater. Yeah, that's pretty much the Pain Eater version. Maharu. So we got Maharu Body Chain, Pain Eater. You just say Maharu Body Chain and just add Pain Eater to it. That's pretty much just what it's. Um, one. Well, they put too much glue. Could have. Yep. Well, didn't expect the plastic to do that, but that's what happens when they use too much glue and it's too. Let me rephrase it. They use too much adhesive. So, yikes. I'll use the same type of stand where well, I can hold all that. Well, that was the F bill. This is remote. Hey, maybe it's more than just the remote. This mermaid, the best flower version. Sometimes they have those plastic things on the front of the thing. Oh. Uh, okay. This one. So the Cinemiki rabbit hole version. I was supposed to got this months ago before the whole, delayed the shipping for us. There's not much we can do. I'll be honest, this year has been really terrible. Like what year after year has been shit and terrible. Year's still been shit. Um, it's not besides cost of living going up, things costing money, health, sicknesses, stuff. People not. You go to the store, you can get more. I that we're so I have to go here and take one tablet of this crap, right? It's a 14-day supply to treat my infection. And it treats the infection for pretty much sinus, throat, otis, ear infections. It pretty much treats everything. Apparently, I had ear infection because my ear was the first couple of days with it. And I also had a sinus, I guess, infection comes down my throat, like like that all the time, and a throat infection, I believe, and also bronchitis too. And I'll be honest, the first time I had bronchitis, I did not know. I knew when I had it because adrenaline kicked in back then. On payday two, but the second time I caught it, I only felt weakness at my legs. Third time, kind of some weakness at the legs, but I took magnesium to counteract it. But didn't know until I got that medicine that yeah. And I was coughing really bad and terrible. Also for that too. Ugh. guys, and to be honest, the way how I see humanity going forward, it's getting really bad. Hospitals are buying up places, but they're not treating their patients good. And to be honest, this is like the time in future for where we need not medicine, but actual nano machines, nanobots to replace medicine fully. To carry our information from medical records and stuff, what we have, treatments, and also to help repair damaged tissue within our bodies, like organs, have certain sicknesses, we can suppress it and stop it. Or you can even use in combination with medicine to mitigate the side effects too. Like, yeah, so you can go the full nanomachine route, nanobot route, or combine it with medicine, mitigate the side effects that we would. Plus, bad food, you could still clear out your plaque and stuff, so your arteries aren't shrinking up every time you're eating fatty, bad food, closing up your artery vein. So tiny, it's like you don't know, and you want to find yourself in ER getting treated for something. And then people cough in the air. Like, you can go to any store, doesn't matter what store, cough in the air. You easily catch it, not know it. Some people will catch it than others. Some people won't, because most stores don't have a policy where someone's sick and coming in the store coughing, they need to wear a mask. They'll you need to wear a mask, you're coughing, and spray Lysol. None of these stores are doing that. That should be a common policy in any workplace, especially if someone's sick or anything. So people aren't just, creating a big lineup. It's how COVID spread is so easy. Pose sicknesses of any other spread because people don't want to wear a face mask. You're sick. If you're sick, wear a face mask. Not sick, don't wear it. But this day and age, don't know who's sick and who's not. Safer just to wear it. Time you go out. Feels like something's loose. So, this Miku here has different Vault one. Got that one. One. So, yeah, sorry about the like. That's coming from behind me, but my hair is just wrapping all of them up. We got quite a bit of choices what we pick or we can use combinations. I don't know which one to really use out of all of these. It only would be better to get opinions. Oh, which one do you guys prefer? Um, yeah, if you guys don't know, I do have two different documentary rabbit hole meat. They're really nice. I don't have them out though. I could put them out in documentaries. But then again, that becomes like a pain. I had a bigger, larger all the time, but I can mostly keep them in the. Seen my social media posts. Nomiku I refer to is a certain one prefer over the other. Like, my anime collection. Should be the first. I'll show you here in a sec. I just don't show. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to pull. It wouldn't be. Figure. This is the Snow Miku I was referring. Dressed up like that, and there's no patterns on the base. Her outfit's like a snowy outfit. That's the one. Not the other Snow, because there's so many different ones as that name Snow Miku in the title. And when you type it in, you probably would never find it. You're like, wait, referring? Yeah. Yes, I do have a spot for this. I actually reserved the spot. Kind of getting hard getting this. I probably am gonna end up stopping because there's just not enough room. If you see my video, I uploaded it today. Like really not enough. Like running space. Like the may happen. Make it good for a shelf background. How about this? Has nice stuff. Yeah, that would be good for like if you're sitting on a That too. Trouble. Just like we pull it. It just wiggles out. Gentle. Force it. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm very picky. All the other Mikus are nice, but very picky about which version. Between Snow and Rabbit Hole, those are mainly my only favorites. I do like the cat version of Miku who sings the song, but wouldn't go out of my way to get a figure though. If they have one, I think they do have a figure, but not that very interested in acquiring it. The head on this one's a little tougher. And also be careful not to pull the ears out because it looks like the ears are attached to the head. Yeah. So we're gonna leave it like that because we need to decide on a pose. So the default one's just her sticking her tongue out, like being with us. So this is the default one being. Her eyes closed with face like we're not gonna do that one. Scratch on that. Got the cheeky one, but with a donut. Or her with a little bunny. There's handcuffs on all. A no to that one. This and these face. This is the only face. I'm gonna do the one where she does the heart for bunny there. So that one. Doing that one. That means we have to swap the faceplate. Or we could do the cheeky version of her default face with the heart, too. That's another way to go about it. Oh, like they're put together. Or, I guess from this angle, like a heart. This other angle. Oh, you know, it kind of does look like a what I'm talking about. Uh, it says about the. So need I and J. You need the other hands. They're the ones that got the hands set up. Gotta swap the main before. As for the leg, you don't actually have to swap any legging. You keep the legs the same as is. A little time to get it. Get okay. That. Have to be. We can have her being cheeky with that version, or we could just got a couple choices. But other one there is this. Well, she's doing the heart would have been pretty cute about it. That'd be the easy kind of. Boom, that one down. We are pretty much done. Go ahead and take the bunny. Bunny's gonna be with this one. And we don't need anything else from here. The rest is this to close it. Once we pick our expression, we will leave it like that forever. We're not going to keep swap, change, because I'm not going to be sitting there trying every different figurization. If you guys want to experiment, all that, I only stick with one style, so that's going to be it. Gotta get the base stuff underneath it. Less stuff on it. Comes with an extra pigtail in case you break one. So be careful not to break it. Same thing with the neck. There's a neck one too. This that's the way. And I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was gonna be way. Expected it had to be longer because most Nimroids have so many moving parts, and it's like really tiny. Let's see. Is the base position? This little gap. See if it comes. Okay. Adjustment. Yeah, I guess the way they made it, there is gonna be like they're there's definitely some minor imperfections. I want to make sure other arms. So that's how it goes. Marvel's on this one. Hmm. Like this. Okay. This it kind of takes forever. So yeah. Oh boy. This is a little bit more chance. So okay. This is how it's supposed to go. So kind of sleeps right here. Q. Kind of how what it looks like. Image. The hand should be a little high. should be something like that, but kind of looks like it's not going to be. Try to tweak it as much, something like that. It's close. It's going to be as close as we're going to get without messing her and stop. Because on the image, it just shows the position, but it doesn't show it in the actual base. So, best thing to do is watch the company who made it show you how it goes gently, because I don't really do it in the dive based on position. But it's close enough and good enough. I know you get the best. You got to keep. Got the best position we are going to get. So we are done with that. EQ should be it there. But yeah. So we finished this. We're gonna go ahead and patient, but there's a figure that's in that spot. We're not permitted to show. A second here. Oh, let me think. We're gonna need the actual TV. That way I know where I'm actually. All right. I also still need to do one more thing because we have to change which mic I'm going to be using from there. We have to make sure it's the same mic attached to the filter. So I have to go to Army Create and because it helps cancel out the background sounds and all right. You'll probably notice now the mic is coming from the actual webcam with the cancelization built in. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera that way. So we'll shut it off for a second. Okay, good. We're not showing the other thing. That's something separate. So we're going to go right about here, where we're going to put her, because up here we have Ami's stocky here, right? But I had the Rabbit Miku stocky here at one point, but I rotated it out for Ami. Next, you can see Dorothy. Those two will get rotated back out. We'll probably just put the Miku's stockies in that spot, but give me a second. So now you can see that. There's technically one figure I can't show you it. It's supposed to be in the other section, but I left it there. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out for a second. You guys hopefully didn't see that, but yeah. That one's supposed to be with the other ones that are in the not safe for work zone. I had put it there because there was no room at the bottom shelf because the other one's taking more space, but so yeah, we got our Miku there. Oh, for those wondering, we do have a Frida figure. It is fan made, so it's really nice on her. She does have a mini figure one coming. Hopefully she'll get one that 40-50 bucks figure. Cassilia got one too for about that amount. There is a Cassilia figure coming. It's kind of shocking Frida didn't get her own big normal size figure like this. Hopefully it'll come. Hopefully it'll come by next year. Hopefully. You would think she would get one before Lily, but whew, I guess not. All right. So down here we have Dorothy and we have Little Mermaid and stuff. This is where I plan on putting those. Technically, they're just going to take up a somewhat kind of space, but and yeah, that actually is a wall, like not a full scroll, but a mouse pad of Nia from Data Live. Technically, I should be using it, but I don't want to use it unless it's like custom made. So, based on we're gonna do this, how we're gonna do this, it'd be a little tricky. Yeah, this is kind of like not the best way for maximizing because see, those other girls are being blocked. I know this should be in the far back actually. Oh, move this a bit. Okay. That is that other one. They're in the back. Because that's like the best position we're gonna technically get, but and yes, if you don't know, that's New Jersey, the ship girl. Yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna happen. Well, that one actually slipped through and fell down, but that's fine. We'll get it in a bit. Yeah, if you don't know that, yeah, this one's just Aki from Blue Archives. A Luca little thing. Let's see here. I'll try to get the other one further down. And this one can go here. And that one can go there. So we got Little Mermaid and then her other outfit, and then her and another one here for her. It's kind of like the best we're going to get overall. Yeah, you probably like, what is this? Because the glue got undone, so staple it. Should have hid it behind black tape, but didn't. Because it would take a lot of black tape. So, yeah, we have that in there. So, give me a moment. Okay. So we have all those down there. So that's why I said the other figure belongs in that section. But some of those figures just have wide little things. And that thing that fell wasn't taken out. I'll just set it down there till we find a better spot. I had this macro hanging up, but that fell. I had to grab it from the back. That over there. So I have the rest of the Farina stuff there. I wanted to put a Farina figure there to there, but these shelves aren't wide enough to accumulate. I would have to get the $100 size shelves. They're a little bit expensive, but they're a little more in depth and longer in width and height. Actually, no, the height's the same, longer in width and depth. So I could put this other one back in the spot. All right. from this angle, it's safe because you can't see it from that angle, but yeah. So yeah, you can't see the other one from that angle, which covers it, so it's probably like the best way to do it. Yeah, if we're wondering what's the section, it's all that other stuff. All right, give me a moment. All right, we are back. Oh yeah, last glimpse and wait. But yeah. Okay. I think that pretty much wraps up the stream. It is 9, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably in the stream here do my logins. If you guys want to hang out and talk, chat about stuff, anime, games, life, stuff like what I was talking about earlier, please hit me up on Velfe or NKZ Tempest, or even join the Discord group in the link in the description or in the panel. If you're on YouTube, link in the description. Discord, it's in the panels. Those who watch the after stream and appreciate your support. I really would appreciate it. Really hard, tough time. Okay, yeah, I know. Hard, tough times doesn't mean why you save up. Nah, I have a bigger house with statues or something, but no. Or even fancier stuff. But then again, I keep my collection strictly only towards actual waifu. Get every single, like most other collectors, how they go that way. Every collector's different. So I do have another thing I would do Hopefully it gets here before then. I could stream it. I think. Pretty sure we can. It's just I'll probably take photos with it and then probably stream it. Anything beyond that we can't do. Like one of those anime doll things, it kind of like huge and stuff. Um, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. How that just shows up for tuning in and watching. But yes, really do appreciate everything. Okay. Notice that now. That's weird. Funny how I just noticed that. It actually stretches the choker. That probably has something to do with the way how I formatted the thing on. It's a click on. It could be added on. I didn't think stretchable thing. Someone's never. That makes me curious to go look at the others and see. Anyway, yeah. That way, if I press the button, I can stop the tell from moving. Tell moves based on a set order. And yes, the tail is actually attached to the tailbone. That's technically where the tail would have been located anyway. Old it had cat tails, dog tails, or whatever type of prefer. I think that will be it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. We'll probably stream again later. Well, probably not anytime soon. Probably a while because if you don't know, keep up with social media. You do stuff shared. The covering. Hoping it's good news. Don't need no more bad news. Like, I already lost my dad this year related to kidney problems and that's what I was talking about. We need nano machines, nanobots, and all that shit. Either combined with medicine or mitigate the side effects and help repair damaged tissue, or at least kind of help out with repairing and making things work. And 2035 was the earliest you would have seen nanobots. So yeah, to be honest, it would be nice if there was actually a cure over crazy treatments. Like, you got to pay this much money for this treatment, this treatment, this treatment. And not just make a cure that cures it and gets rid of it. Oh no, we need to make a profit. Let's do a treatment. So yeah, that's corporate greed at your finest. You'll buy into it because they won't give us the cure. So that's why you get rich enough, make your own money, get your own team here, and then release it, even if they try to go against. Reality's harsh, guys. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope to see you again soon. Just stay tuned when I do announce when I'm going to stream, or if I do. Check out the YouTube videos. Yeah, that should be pretty much it. So thank you guys. Until then, take care and have a good night. Thank you for watching.